Hello lovelies and welcome to today's video. It is a pretty quick one, but it was one that I definitely was in the mood to do. So I'm starting with this video goes with my post on the Flutterby Designs Instagram page. So this was a page made for my Flutterby post. So I'm using my Flutter color paint, and so basically I wasn't having a good day when I did this. We've all been having, a rough week or so, rough couple of weeks. Things were going really well. The boys were having a great day. They did their homeschooling. They weren't fighting. They were doing really, really well. And for some reason, of course, that was the day where I was just feeling ick, for lack of a better word. I was just not feeling it. It was really weird. You'd think I'd feel like that on a day when they're fighting or, very disagreeable, but no. When everything was all together, it was when I felt my worst. But anyway, I didn't have any motivation to do anything, and then I was talking to a friend, and she was having a rough day too, and I'm like, that's it. Today can just go suck it. And I thought, you know what? That is probably something that I can definitely put in my art journal, and I definitely felt better after that. So all of a sudden I had the motivation to make an art journal page and document this particular feeling that I was having. So like I said, I started with my Flutter color paint, and I've used a silicone spatula thingy to spread that out. I've mixed some colors. I've kept this color tone a little dark on purpose, obviously, to go with how I was feeling. And then I'm using that lime green as a bit of a pop for contrast. I used the skull stencil, I think it's the knucklehead stencil from Flutterby, just to take some paint off. So I've used the reduction technique for that. It's blending into the background, and that is on purpose. And then I've used that lime to make a big mess on my page and go over and really pop off those two darker colors. Then I've gone back in with some of my favorite art foamies. I love art foamies, and Flutterby Designs have some really good ones, and I'll link in the description below because they are really cool. I use the same colors because I wanted this whole background to sort of basically be a hot mess and just really, so much going on, and just basically represent what was going on in my head. And then because if there was ever a time for a sentence enhancer, it was this day. I got out my No F's Given stencil, and I'm using some night, so that really pops off the background. I'm using a different color again, so you can really see those. So yes, that was that made me feel a lot better to be able to use that particular sentence enhancer. I love how the Flutterby Designs things are perfect if you're in this kind of mood, which is why I probably thought of it when thought of all my stuff and this post when I was feeling like this and wanting to make a page that represented how I was feeling. So then in my stash, I have a drawer full of Flutterby things, and one of them had this card that said today. So I thought I'm going to fussy cut that out, and then I'm going to use my stamps to finish off the rest of my title. So I've got, this is is it Tim Holtz? Yeah, it's Tim Holtz Ideology foam stamps. I love these. They are one of my favorites to use because the foam is the stamp. So it's the foam cutout of the letter. So literally I stamp them down, and then if they're not out far enough, I stick it to my finger, and it's very easy to line it back up again and re-stamp it so you get a good impression, which is what I do for most of my title. And literally I'm writing can suck it. So it was just the way I was feeling on this day. The white splatters in the back, because like I was saying, I really wanted this to be chaotic and messy and crazy and very so this was a very big, very cheap and nasty paint pen. I got it from a junk shop. I think it cost me like $3, and I just went to town throwing splatters all over my page, and I think it just added to that background a bit. So that background really does have a lot going on, but I think it really perfectly summed up how I was feeling. So Usually when I use these foam stamps, I tend to use paint because I like the impression it gives. I like that it's darker than ink. But in this case, I just, was happy to use my ink pad. This is my archival ink pad in jet black. This is the jumbo one. I love this ink pad. And yeah, because I was using these stamps, it is easy to restamp them to give a good impression. Now, obviously, it wasn't quite popping a lot. It wasn't really in your face, which is what I really wanted it to be. So I'm going around my letters in a white gel pen. I've gone through a few, but this one is a jelly roll pen, I believe. I love these pens. They work on everything. And because I was impatient, some of this is still a bit wet. I did hit it with the heat gun for a while. So for the most part, it's dry, but it's not cured. Like normally, if you're going to do something like this, leave it for at least 24 hours overnight. Yeah, I never do that because I'm impatient, and when I have these ideas, I have them when I want to create, so I just hit it with the heat gun for twice as long, and it does the job. But as you can see, if I had have gone over this 24 hours later, it would have been easier to do my outlining. But anyway, it did the job for me, and I felt much better after I did this. So thank you for watching, and I hope you have enjoyed my video, and I will link to all the cool products that I've used in the description below. Thanks for watching. Bye!